Hey friends, this is Mark Henry, author of Dancing with Energy, Healing Magic, and Mysticism, here to talk to you more about the occult and the paranormal. Well, today the title of this video is Finding Strength in the Tarot. Before I begin, I just wanted to mention what I normally say, and that is that I just added a couple new attunements to the attunement store. I added Zuriel, the angel of pleasure. So if you ever find that life is getting you down, that you're feeling burdened, Zuriel is the angel that can help you find relief through pleasure. I also have recently added Barakiel, who is the angel of intuition. So if you want to generally improve your intuition, then that angel is your person. So alright, so let's get started on today's video. So this video is more tarot videos, so I know I've gotten away from that, but we've hit at this point most of the major arcana. Major arcana are the large forces, the big influences. And the strength card is the 8th card of the major arcana of the Rider-Waite deck. All right. So, and before we begin, I just wanted to mention that, as I always mention, is that these cards should not be necessarily read in isolation, unless you're doing like some type of reading for the card of the day or the week or something. Generally, if you're doing a full spread, these cards need to be, they should be interpreted in light of the other cards surrounding it, so you can determine whether it has an enhancing or mitigating influence on the querent's question, the matter at hand. Also, when you're doing a spread, that it's important to realize where the strength card is in placement, because that will help you interpret the context of where it fits according to the querent's question. Okay, so let's get started. Let me show you the strength card just in case you haven't seen it. Everyone kind of familiar with this card? Okay, so you notice a couple things here. One is that there is a woman and an animal. What's interesting about this is that this particular theme follows other type of stories, and you have recognized this in such things as Beauty and the Beast, King Kong, where you have the very large ape, and you have the woman who he's become attached to, and then you have other stories in literature about a woman marrying a some type of man animal or something of that nature. So the idea of having a female interacting with a female interacting with an animal is not unheard of. So this is kind of like an archetypal type of theme that we find in arts and literature and that sort of thing. So you have a red lion. It's kind of depending on how you look at it, a dark orange. So that is a symbol of impulsiveness, of power, of element of fire, the will, the passions. Have you ever noticed how when you go to fast food, a lot of them will use a lot of red? And what I'm thinking of is Burger King, McDonald's, Jack in the Box, and there are others. These kind of colors connect with our passions, and industrial psychologists and advertisers have figured this out decades ago about how colors affect human nature. And with this card that was in this deck, which was created hundreds of years ago, they knew the occult significance of that. Even before, at that time, there were no fast food or restaurants around. So you also see some other things. The horizontal 8, which is the kind of infinity symbol of eternity, of spirituality, of timelessness. And this is, I would consider, the spiritual nature. It is the spirit kind of moving through us. And there's no coincidence that this is above the lady and not above the lion. Now the lady represents innocence that is trying to tame the passions. If you let's say if you studied Freud in school, you would say that the lion represents the id, the lady represents the superego, and them working together to try to come to a balance would be the ego. And that is a good metaphor for what's happening here, is that you have strength, vitality, earthly passions, and you have innocence trying to restrain it. You can see the lady has her hands on the lion's mouth. She doesn't seem concerned that he's going to bite her. You know, she doesn't have like a frightful expression. This is symbolic of us trying to work with and not be overcome by I guess our more human natures, our passions that would probably include drive for food, sex, survival, kind of lower chakra type of things. Other thing you should mention is that, in the back, you can see that it's a sunlit day. There are no clouds around. There are no clouds for potential rain to interfere with this scene. So what would be the expression of the sunlight? Well, that would be the sun, and we have the sun card in this deck, which is about joy and blessings and things like that. So with the sunlight out, this tells me that this sort of process is something within us that is meant to be strength. Now, so I went over what was in the card. So what does it mean in general if the strength card comes up? What does the strength mean? The strength is our ability to command the inner forces within us, to carry us forward through life's difficulties. Life's difficulties could mean that, that can also make us respond in ways that aren't creative or constructive. It could be the lion would be us getting angry or irritable when we're facing life challenges, which in the moment doesn't really help anything. So using that example, we have to use kind of our, I guess our higher natures, the part of us that is wiser, in order to kind of see through that. So in that we become more resilient. We become able to handle life's challenges and predicaments. That is kind of the test of how strong we are. Our test of strength isn't how we are on our best days. It may be on how we do on our worst days. How do we make sense of things? We use our intelligence. We use not only our intellectual intelligence, but our emotional intelligence and our coping skills and everything in order to take on whatever it is that we have in front of us. And so we have so maybe even self-confidence or courage or strength of our will could be an expression of our strength. And it could be that all of this helps us develop self-awareness and grow through our experiences in the world. So that is how it is up front. So what might it mean if it was upside down? That is, if you tend to read the Rider-Waite upside down. So it could be just the shadow side of that. It would be the lack of self-confidence, the lack of will, the appearance of weaknesses and vulnerabilities within us. It could be impatience, impulsiveness, all those things that can emerge and kind of get in our way. Okay. That is about all I have to say for the strength card. As a reminder, actually it's not even a reminder, I forgot to mention it in the beginning. I'm having a holiday sale for the Etsy store. So if you are somebody who wants to level up your magic and improve your life through a spirit attunement, I am offering a Mardi Gras discount because we're on the precipice of Mardi Gras, which is Tuesday. So I'll have that up for 5 days. And the link to that will be in the description below this video. So please subscribe and like. Use your strength to smash that like button. And I will see you in a future video. Take care.